everyone! So today I'm going to be talking very briefly about B1A4's online concert, which is called Documentary Live Directed by B1A4. I wrote a complete blog post with more detail, but this video is just going to be a brief overview, but I highly recommend you guys check out my blog post because I go a lot more in depth and I talk about each of the songs that they performed, and it's very much detailed and stuff, and I will link my blog post so you guys could read it. So yes, as you guys can see, I have their lovely album here. I actually have CNU's version because he's my bias, but I do want to get Sandeul and Gongchan's version of their album as well because I think Origine is a masterpiece. I love that album. So for those of you that are curious why I chose B1A4 as my first online concert, if you guys have seen any of my previous B1A4 videos or if you read my blog post about their album, then you guys probably already know that this group is very special to me. So that's one reason why I wanted to watch their online concert. And another reason is because this is B1A4's first concert in about 4 years and their first full concert as a trio. And I know that this was going to be a very special night for not only B1A4 but also for their fans BANA. And yeah, so with all that being said, let's jump into the actual concert. One thing that I really enjoyed about their online concert is how personal it all felt. Obviously, CNU Sandeul and Gongchan were very involved in the creation of this entire show. And I like in between sets, they showed the behind the scenes of them preparing for the concert, practicing with the band, sharing their honest thoughts about it, also showing behind the scenes of them in dance practice and things like that. It felt very personal and I loved that. Also, I have to point out the live band. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. First of all, B1A4, their vocals, fantastic. But with a live band, it is a match made in heaven. Please, I really wish, and I wrote this in my blog, but I really wish that B1A4, if they could release an album with some of their songs, but a live band version of it, oh my gosh, that would be fantastic. Listening to their songs with a live band is so good. So good. I'm really happy that they chose to use a live band. So the night started off with a small set and you could see the live band and CNU, Gongchan, and Sandeul, they walked in and they started off the night with Nightmare and Oh My God, and it felt like a jazz club type of vibe. And yes, there is a live chat, so during the concert the audience were typing messages and things like that. And at one point I did see that people would type out the fan chants, so I thought that was really cute and those are just really fun to watch. Also, the members were aware of the chat and they were interacting with the audience. After they performed Soul, and then after they changed to a different set and they performed their song Wind, and there were dancers and it was so good. Throughout the night, every performance and each song that they performed, it felt very genuine. So I'm briefly going to talk about the solo performances of each member. I believe each of their solo performances definitely showcased each member's charms. So for starters, CNU. No one was ready for his solo performance. And I mean no one. I was speechless. I mean, I knew CNU could dance, but I didn't know he could move like that. His performance for Zero Gravity, it was one of the most pleasant surprises because I mean, we're so used to seeing CNU one way, but his performance for Zero Gravity was so smooth, so suave. It was incredible. I mean, just how he moved and just the whole entire performance, I was speechless. I loved it. I loved seeing this side of CNU and it was definitely a pleasant surprise. I was happy. I was speechless, and that was one of the highlights of the night for me. I really loved it. So keep in mind, in between the solo performances, they also performed other songs and they also had behind the scenes their documentary film in between. So I'm not technically going in order, but like I mentioned, you guys could check out my blog in which I do break down the entire concert. So Gongchan's solo performance for his song Colored with Love, it was very sweet and it was very comforting. I mean, his vocals, and he performed it with a live band. It was like a serenade. It was very soft, it was sweet, and overall it was just wonderful. And like I said, it felt very comforting and I think he did a great job. And again, his vocals with the live band, it was just a match made in heaven. I loved it. So Sandeul's solo performance, that was very interesting, unique, and another performance that we were not expecting whatsoever. So instead of performing it live, they showed a video of his solo song, which his solo song is Plodding. The whole performance was from the perspective of a dog. It was hilarious. It was unexpected. And I feel like that kind of represents Sandeul. I mean, he's just so funny. He livens things up. He brightens everyone's day. And that performance definitely got a lot of laughs. It was definitely interesting and unexpected, but it was really funny. So now I'm going back. I'm telling you, I'm not explaining this in chronological order. Like I said, check out my blog if you guys want a chronological order. But after CNU's solo performance, they showed the documentary video, and then they performed Call Me, and then after that, they performed their song Diving from their new album. I have been wanting to see a live version of that song, and the fact that they performed Diving, we could see the full choreography. They performed it with a live band. It was so good. And right after Diving, they performed Tonight. And I said this before, but Tonight is definitely one of those songs that you have to hear in a concert. Hopefully in the future, when we are able to have in-person concerts again, they will perform that song with a massive crowd. But seeing them perform Diving and Tonight was so good. I couldn't stop smiling. I love those two songs, and they did such a great job with it. So after Gongchan's solo performance, they performed their song Water Drop, which is another one of my favorites. Keep in mind, throughout the entire night, they had different sets, and one of the sets is a bedroom set, and it's kind of connected to a living room set. But for Water Drop, they performed it in the bedroom set, and it was really funny because it matched the music video that they released for that video, but instead of zombies, it's staff members coming in and out of the room, and they were just taking away items and stuff, and all three members they looked unbothered by it, but it was really funny. And then midway through the song, they cracked. They started laughing. I was laughing. Everyone in the chat was laughing. It was so funny. It's one of those performances that you just have to watch. I mean, me explaining it doesn't fully give it justice, but that performance was so funny. Okay, so when they performed Like a Movie, and I know I'm talking about their newer songs, but I will talk about their older songs in a bit. But when they performed Like a Movie, they changed into these golden suits. They looked so good. And that song is just so magical. It's beautiful. And they performed it with the dancers, and I loved it. It was amazing. And then after that song, they performed Lonely, and I love that song. I do want to point out, I really like how they were able to rearrange all the songs for just the three of them. I think the line distribution of each song was done well, and I think CNU Sandeul and Gongchan, they performed these songs wonderfully. All the songs, their old songs, how they changed the songs to fit them three was done very well. I just think all the songs were so smooth, and again with that live band, oh, match made in heaven, like I said. So they had this one segment in which they were taking requests, so fans could write in the chat which songs they wanted to hear them sing. The songs that they performed was Fool Smile, their debut song, Okay, and Choo Choo Choo. So I say that they only performed about half of each song, but they did it with the live band, and listening to them sing Okay was so wonderful. I love that song a lot. And again, hearing the arrangements of the song so it fits all three of them was so good. I'm sure everyone watching loved it, hearing all of their old songs. And and I feel like B1A4, their songs are just timeless and they always sound fresh, even though there's so much nostalgia behind it. But I think they just did a wonderful job in performing them, and I loved it. Another one of my favorite performances was Baby Good Night. I love that song. I was like dancing in my room. I mean, that song is so fun. I mean, it's impossible not to dance to it or to sing along to it because it is just so catchy, and it was definitely one of my favorite performances of the night. And then right after, they performed What's Happening, another one of my favorite songs. So good. Again, you have to follow the choreography. You have to sing to it. I mean, if you have seen any of B1A4's music videos or any of their past performances, they have catchy choreography, and you just gotta dance along to it, and you just gotta sing along to it. I think the set list and the order of the songs was well done. So towards the end, after they performed their song Road, they brought out a time capsule in which each member put an item that's memorable to them in that time capsule, and then they closed it with the promise that they would open it again once they have their first offline concert. So basically when they're reunited with their fans in person again. And I thought that was very sweet. Again, heartfelt. So that is a reoccurring theme throughout the night. Everything felt personal and it felt really genuine. So after that, the staff surprised the group with pictures that BANA, their fans, submitted. And these pictures consisted of either fans holding a light stick or notes. It was just very sweet. And then after that, they played audio messages of their fans to the group. And some of the audio messages, some fans expressed that they've been with the group, supporting them ever since their debut, and they'll continue supporting them, or how much they love their music, or how thankful they are for them. It was very, very, again, I'm gonna say it, heartfelt. I don't know another word to describe it because that's basically the only word that I can describe it. And at this point, the members were starting to cry, especially Gongchan. And then when they had to perform their song For BANA, which is the last song of the night, which is a song obviously dedicated to their wonderful fans, I'm pretty sure everyone that was watching started to cry because Gongchan was supposed to start the song and instead he just broke down crying, and Sandeul hugged him and CNU joined. And basically Sandeul and CNU were the ones singing the song because Gongchan was crying, but it was overall very heartfelt, very sweet. And another very precious part of this night is when all the crew member, everyone in the studio were holding up signs. That was so sweet. And after they finished performing the song, the members went up to every single staff and crew member and thanked them, from the dancers to the band to the directors to the people behind the camera to the people behind the computers, just everyone involved in making this happen. They personally thanked everyone, and that's how the night ended. And it was, again, so sweet. You could really feel their gratitude towards their audience, their viewers, their fans, the people that helped make this night possible. And that is something that I absolutely admire about this group, is how genuine they are. And I feel like this concert definitely resulted in a lot of smiles, a lot of joy and happiness, and a lot of emotion as well. And I'm sure for the fans that have been with them since day one, a lot of nostalgia as well. And overall, I think the guys did a great job with this online concert. So in this video, I only covered a few of the songs that they performed, but like I mentioned, if you guys check out my blog post, I talk about every single song that they performed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little information video. I am someone that used to frequently go to concerts. I absolutely love concerts. I love live music. And even though we can't physically go to a live concert, these online concerts are very special. And I think it's very important, especially for these times, because it helps us connect more with the artist and obviously other fans as well. And once again, B1A4 did a great job with this. So if you guys are new to my channel, hello and welcome. You guys could feel free to subscribe. I post reaction videos on a weekly basis, so I will be linking my blog and my social medias on the description box below so you guys can check them out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.